This is how you start your day. Really good. Sometimes an old-fashioned can be a little harsh, but this is not.
She was in the movie The Alamo.
She's a movie star. That was so much fun. I really want to go again.
Okay, so today we're here on the Hill Country Mile, right in the middle of downtown Boerne, and we're checking out one of the cool new hotspots, the Richter Building at 153 Main. First stop, breakfast. Everything smells amazing in here.
Yeah,
I'm
welcome.
hungry.
Well, at breakfast we have a nolachi or ham and cheese. You can put bagel nuts or just an egg with cheese on it.
Ooh, I like that.
Good.
Yeah, let's do
So
the
we'll get
egg.
that.
And I was also eyeing your
Our
delicious
bread.
sourdough bread. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you saw them because our sourdough is like the most popular item.
Definitely add a couple slices of that as well.
Egg and cheese biscuit, a little bit of a caramel latte. This is how you start your day.
We're right in the middle of the Hill Country Mile, in fact. It's also referred to as historic downtown Boerne. All the shops and restaurants and offices located here date back as early as the late 1890s. The mile is significant because just the shops, they're unique. You don't have a lot of commercial type shopping here. You can just feel that when you walk through the streets because it's just a truly authentic experience.
You mentioned the uniqueness of Boerne and all the wonderful, cool buildings, including this really cool building that we're in right now, 153 Main. Tell us a little bit more about the history of this beautiful building.
The Richter family moved to Boerne in the late 1800s, and they were a little ahead of their time. The German immigrants, they were looking ahead. This was a horse and buggy town, and they came here with cars in mind. And 153 Main, which is also known as the Richter Building, was actually one of the very first garages on Main Street. Main Street was just a dirt road at the time and full of horses and buggies, and they'd drive by and yell at the guys building the building for a garage because what the heck is that?
It makes sense. You walk in and you get an overwhelming feel of the 1920s.
Again, we were looking for authenticity. The entire idea is if you walk in to the Richter Building, you're kind of walking back into a time capsule or a living history piece, if you will. So just paying attention to every little detail and keeping in mind what would an architect think in the 1920s and build from that perspective.
With all the different options and a variety of food and drinks, I can imagine you get all kinds of different people, different times over the weekend, weekdays.
It's pretty wild because we have the wine bar downstairs that has a more casual feel. We also have the Richter Backhouse and Coffee, which is wonderful. That brings in the early group. And then upstairs here we have the tavern, and we also have a private club for everyone. So literally, whether your budget is $10 or $200, we have you covered.
Let's go shopping. Everything in here is so cute. Ooh, I like this. That's pretty. I love the colors. Your jewelry is beautiful.
Thank you. It is all handmade in Tasco,
wow.
Mexico.
Oh, wow. How cool.
I have 6 handcrafting artisans down in Tasco, Mexico, and our proprietor, he's the one that orders it and brings it here.
Oh, wow, look at that. One of my favorite things about mom and pop bookstores, can run away from the world, curl up with a nice book. One of the things I was most excited to try here at Richter Tavern, check it out, margarita flight. We're gonna start with this clear one. It's a little intimidating. Tequila, triple sec, and then they clarify the lime to give it that cool, clear color. Ooh, smooth, refreshing. It looks like it could knock you out, but really, this is very, very smooth. Next in line on this beautiful margarita flight, the Cowboy. And the reason why it's called a Cowboy? Whiskey instead of tequila. Ooh, has a little more of a kick. Definitely a different type of margarita because you can taste that whiskey for sure. Okay, alongside their drinks, Richter Tavern, amazing food, including this guy right here, this monster, New York strip. Look at this, potatoes, spinach leaves, sauteed mushrooms. Melts in your mouth, so juicy. That's a really good steak. You cannot go wrong with this New York strip. So I've had a lot of shrimp and grits in a lot of different places, but this one is very unique. We have a beautiful tomato chipotle pancetta sauce dressed with the grits underneath. A little bit of a kick, but the chipotle, tomato sauce, a little creamy. That's how grits should be. I like it. I like it a lot.
We have a lot of fantastic wines here at Cork and Keg. We have over 30 wines by the glass. I brought up for you today a Texas wine. This Texor is a Roussanne. It's a nice light wine.
Ooh, I like it. It's light, refreshing. It's a good wine to start with.
The next one is the Austin Haute Cabernet, which a lot of people are familiar with.
Ooh, powerful.
Yes. Yes.
Wow,
yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, but not too much tannin in that. That doesn't have too much tannin, and that's why it's popular with a lot of people.
This is a fun place. I can see a lot of people wanting to come here, relax, socialize, and just have a good time.
People love it. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why we started this, because I used to love going to wine bars all day. So I said, well, why not have my own? So,
why not?
Why not? Yeah.
We've literally done everything today, from reading to drinking to shopping. We've had so much fun at the Richter Building. And if you're looking for a good place to come with your friends and just hang out, 153 Main.
Don't go anywhere. YOLO Texas returns right after this.
If there's anything that I can do to make somebody's experience here better, I'm going to do it.
So we made it to Austin, to a place that our viewers actually recommended for us. It's a little tucked away, but we finally found it.
Well, this is definitely the Hideaway. It plays to its namesake really well. I mean, that was really part of why it was named this way. It's not the easiest spot to get to, but when you get here, it's a little gem.
All the ACL stuff in here, all the Austin tributes, I love it.
Yeah, we have a very interesting space.
Yeah.
Not only are we the hidden away space, but this building used to be 3 separate restaurants, and we got to kind of combine them together. We are next to hotels, so when people are visiting, I want them to feel like they're in Austin.
Exactly.
I don't want them to feel like they're just at a hotel eating at a hotel restaurant. They're actually in the city.
Y'all have a pretty extensive menu. Can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about what inspired it?
We try to change the menu 4 times a year, kind of try to do it seasonally. We technically have 4 menus because we have the breakfast, the lunch, the brunch, and the dinner.
What are some of the staples on the menu that people they have to have?
The chicken waffle is our best seller. We're doing a sweet potato waffle. We're doing our fried chicken on it. There's gonna be a slice of orange and then a house-made pecan bourbon syrup.
That's a whole nother step, isn't it? That's a game changer.
It is. The syrup's kind of the secret ingredient to it. That's the thing that holds it all together. Our version of surf and turf, which is going to be with short rib and shrimp.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a little different, but it's better.
Yes.
I love our short ribs. Yeah. So we got the pork belly sliders.
Nice.
Which is probably one of our more iconic items.
It's so nice to see so many different options, and there's really something for everybody on there.
We're trying our best. I think the two things that make this place better, the passion that we have and the caring that we have, those are directed at our guests and our staff. Start out with a little bit of butter, a couple pieces of garlic, let that melt and get hot. So while that's getting started, I'm gonna get some broccolini working on the grill. Now we've already blanched it off, so I'm really looking to get a nice char and a little bit of grill marks on it. So we got this butter, this garlic going nice and good. Get some shrimp working in there. So the potatoes that we're doing, we make smashed red potatoes. So we're cooking them off so they're nice and soft. Then we're gonna smash them and throw them on the flat top to finish them. After I flip those guys, I can turn the heat off and let them just finish slowly. We got the broccolini. I'm gonna push those potatoes a little bit so they'll be done a little bit faster. Now we're just about ready to just plate everything up. Broccolini right there. Stack up some shrimps. We'll get the short rib right there. Now we're gonna get the red wine jus. Finish it with some crispy onions right on top. That's gonna be that. So we have our chicken and waffles. It's our house fried chicken sitting on top of a sweet potato waffle.
All the flavors in there. I had the tang with the orange. You get like the crunchy, like hearty taste with the fried chicken, which is phenomenal.
Yep, the chicken carries it really well.
And I love that you source everything locally, that you do everything here in-house.
These are going to be our pork belly sliders. We're braising the pork belly overnight. After that, we're going to end up deep frying the pork belly to give it a nice crisp to it. The kimchi that's on there is going to kind of cut through that sweetness.
And the pork belly is so tender. And like you said, it has just a little bit of a crisp. And the kimchi, is there garlic in there?
There's a little bit of garlic. There'll be a little bit of kind of a garlicky heat.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our take on a surf and turf. We're going to do our short rib, which is going to be pull apart tender. We got some shrimp there for you that are cooked in a garlic butter. So there, it's going to almost fall apart.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really even need a knife. That's got some beautiful color to it.
It's hard to say no to the short rib.
It's so hard to say no to the short rib. It melts in your mouth.
It's that perfect meaty feel.
Wow, now I can see why you said you like to put short rib in like everything.
Everywhere that I can find to put it,
yes.
I'll figure out a way.
I'm gonna just eat it with my hand. It's not too charred, it's not too like overdone.
Yeah.
It's like perfect. What do we have over here?
So this is our Old Smoky. It's our take on an old fashioned.
Oh my gosh. I feel like sometimes an old fashioned can be a little harsh, but this is not. You like to bring happiness to people through food. I'm like happy times infinity.
Then we're doing it.
All right, y'all, this place is a great find in Austin, right off of 35. Fabulous food, phenomenal drinks, great vibe. Make sure to check it out.
Next up, we head to League City to learn more about a Texas icon.
Longhorn has always been synonymous with the Texas lifestyle, but did you know that this Texas icon was almost extinct? Welcome to the Butler Longhorn Museum.
Well, it's a very interesting place. We're hidden back in the back part of League City, but it's a beautiful facility. We also have 10 acres with a lake, but when you go into the Longhorn Museum, you're going to see longhorns, a real stuffed, full-size longhorn. and of course the history of League City.
How did the Longhorn become such a Texas icon?
After the Civil War, the North needed beef, and so ranchers started rounding them up. There was no railroad here at that time, so they drove them up the Chisholm Trail and they sold them to the northern states. But because of the Longhorn trade here, Texans did quite well.
Can you tell us a little bit about Milby Butler and the Butler family?
Milby Butler went off and started his own ranching business. In the 1920s, he saw that the Longhorn was becoming kind of extinct, and he said, I'm going to start breeding these animals. So he went down to South Texas and he bought some true Longhorns, and he started a breeding program here in League City. And about the same time, 6 other groups, ranches, and the Department of the Interior, the Wichita Wildlife Refuge, started breeding programs.
So we can thank your family for saving the Longhorn here in Texas.
My family, along with 6 other ranches.
Okay.
He couldn't do it all by himself.
Okay, it takes a team, right? It takes a village.
Takes a team.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Butler Longhorn Museum. Now please look at the ceiling when you walk into this room. And what is so unique about this is it's all Butler bred horns.
Do you have stickers with numbers on them?
That we do, and the stickers are, we're counting for the Guinness World Records of horns. We have to keep a count.
So how many do you have right now?
We have 274. Now this lady right behind you is Miss John Wayne.
Oh,
she is named after the actor himself, John Wayne.
Yes.
She has a pure double twist. She was in the movie The Alamo. So
she's a movie star.
She is a movie star. Very true statement from John Wayne.
Milby Butler has been a great friend as well as my best character study for the Texas men I portray in my films. John Wayne.
John Wayne, very, very true. The Butlers really formed a great relationship with him.
That's amazing.
Would you like to see a $2 million exhibit?
Absolutely, yes ma'am.
This is our pride and joy here. This is actually how the Longhorns look when they're running through a herd. And each one of these Longhorns has a story behind them. They're all registered. This guy was awesome. He sold for $1 million in 1960 at the Livestock and Rodeo Show.
Oh my goodness.
This was a type of bull that breeders were looking for. The horn spread, and he was just an incredible animal.
Well, this is a great exhibit.
Oh, thank you. We're very, very proud of it. We have people come from all over to see this exhibit.
There is so much to explore and learn about the Texas Longhorn. I'm gonna finish up this film. Catch y'all later.
Coming up, Jill takes us to the thrill capital of South Texas. Stay tuned.
Six Flags Fiesta Texas is always looking for new thrills, and tonight I get to check out a VIP event and their new ride, Daredevil Dive. Okay, Jeff, we're always so excited when Six Flags Fiesta Texas unveils a new ride. What do you have in store for us this time?
This year for our guests, we have our brand new thrill for 2021, Daredevil Dive,
Ooh.
a theatrical experience of flight here at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Our guests are going to experience a variety of acrobatic maneuvers, including weightlessness, barrel rolls, and Daredevil Dive.
All of that in one ride.
All of that in one ride. And while you're riding and spinning and flying and dropping, you're going to have fire going off around you. It's all set to a thematic soundtrack. There's different lighting elements. It really is an immersive experience from start to finish.
Wow. It's also located right next to your iconic Aerin Rattler. You probably can't miss this ride from anywhere in the park.
Yeah, it really is the cornerstone of Crack Axle Canyon, now located right next to Aerin Rattler. It really is kind of our crown jewel of the area today.
Okay, so not gonna lie, after hearing you talk about Daredevil Dive, I'm a little nervous. I'm thinking maybe I can warm up with another ride first, just to get the juices flowing a little bit.
Why don't we head over to Aerin Rattler first? It'll be a great warm-up,
yes.
And then we'll come back to Daredevil Dive.
Love it. Warm up with the Aerin Rattler and then finish with the grand finale. Let's do it.
Sounds perfect.
So this ride is the OG Aerin Rattler. It's one of my favorites. And I'm dragging my producer, Jackie, because we gotta get hyped before Daredevil Dive.
Yay!
Come on, Jackie.
I always get dragged in this.
The ride experience begins with our guests entering the Crack Axle Inventors Exposition, where you get a sneak peek at some of the many inventions that the inventor's been working on over time.
Okay, quite the entrance. I love it.
You see some of the things he's done with electricity and even the air conditioning overhead and all these failed experiments that have ultimately led him to take on the experience of flights in Daredevil Dive.
Got it.
We wanted Daredevil Dive to be more than just a ride.
Yeah.
So the storytelling element, the effects, the fog that surrounds us, the cool air blowing out of the air conditioning, it really is a different experience from anything else here at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas.
It was awesome.
Yeah? It's worse than Rattler, or how does it compare?
Honestly, it's so different than any other ride. It's not quite like the adrenaline rush of a roller coaster, but you're upside down so much and you're just hanging. If you could just relax, it is epic. I'm telling you, that was so much fun. I really want to go again.
Nice, nice.
So much fun here today at the VIP event at Fiesta, Texas. Trust me, all these rides are great, but you have to check out Daredevil Dive. It does not disappoint. Be sure to follow YOLO Texas online and social media to see where we're headed to next.